My name is Jane Hoffman, and I'm running for school board at large. I moved to Duluth 13 years ago as an AmeriCorps volunteer at Duluth East. I thoroughly enjoyed working with high school students, and it was my son's freshman year. Later on, I served the Duluth schools as a paraprofessional and as a substitute teacher 2.5 years, and also as a kitchen worker. I do value education, and I liked being at the epicenter of what was going on in Duluth academically. I do believe there are institutional resistance within the Duluth administration, and there's institutional resistance within the school board that has improved vastly in the last 5 years. And they have worked out some of the bumps in their communication between board members. But there still has been, albeit failures. One of them is a 30-year-old science teacher, a veteran of Duluth, was kicked out of Denfeld for an arbitrary prank that students played on him. He could no longer serve there as a substitute. Another employee called me from the Duluth school. She had changed positions a few times, and she had trouble in the human resources department returning her call when she wanted to return to the Duluth schools. These are the types of notable failures that have to come to light in order for our school system to work better. Another employee experienced a 2-year gap trying to get an answer between what happened at Denfeld with their position, and finally Tom Tuscan rose to the task and answered the question. It didn't take much through the right channels. I believe the facility and budget maintenance is an important part of the Duluth school and looking through wasteful spending. But I also believe that teachers are the core of success in the Duluth schools, and I have witnessed it mainly at the 2 middle schools which I served for a long time. Andrew Fighton, Steve Sandberg, Mr. Porkinen, and Mr. Wentworth were integral in the Department of Special Ed at Ordine East and at Lincoln Park Middle School. There were also science teachers at Lincoln that were innovative in their instruction. What I did notice as a sub over a 2.5-year period where some kids fell through the cracks no matter how much support was offered. There were integration specialists, there were check and connect, but they just plain didn't feel like they belonged. We have to set up more after-school activities and support so these students can feel engaged and not left out. Many middle school kids primarily care about their friendships, but through innovative techniques of critical thinking skills and working together as a team within each department, I can make suggestions to the teachers, and so can other people, and it's something that needs to be tabled and discussed. I do believe that the Duluth schools try hard from the top down in their innovation strategy, but just like people like us running for school board who may or may not have reached our full potential, the top administration has to be held fully accountable for every action they do within their job and outside of their job. In other words, a moral code is a mandate, and students have to look up from that, and the administration cannot stray from that. So within the education process, there's a lot of things that are unseen, and the parents and the students have a right to have full participation and be welcomed in the school district, and suggestions can be made to improve the educational factors in which they are struggling in and to see them through till the end. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate your support in this coming election. Thank you.